Hey everyone, it's me, Katrina Nicole, and today I am sick. That's all I'm just gonna say. I'm just sick. No, I'm kidding. I have a cold, so don't mind my throat. So I may sound awful and you may hate watching this because I sound awful, but just watch it. It's helpful. But I am here for advice for teens, adults, kids, anyone with FASD, or even caregivers, I guess. If they want, but share this with your teen or someone you know with FASD. This is more towards teens, I guess, because I'm teen, I'm 17. So yeah, so let's get started. So I have my little piece of paper. So I have 4 tips. Tip number 1, and I very much love this tip because, yeah, is don't drink alcohol, don't smoke, don't do drugs because it's not cool. And you may be like, but what? Some of you may drink, and that's okay. Just stop. That's all I'm gonna say. Because the reason you are in this situation and the reason you are watching this video is because of alcohol. You're in this situation with FASD because of alcohol. So why would you want to continue that? Why would you want to continue damaging your brain? Oh my gosh, really? Why would you want to continue to damage your brain? Because so the prefrontal cortex in your brain gets damaged the most probably with FASD that I've researched. That's what I found. And I probably think that is how it's for me. The prefrontal cortex is probably the most damaged. That's just what I've known in patterns and medical books I've read because I really enjoy the medical field and the brain and everything and psychology. But when you drink, you lack judgment. And judgment for kids or teens or whoever has FASD, you lack good judgment. You can. I know I do sometimes. I lack good judgment because of the FASD, and I chose not to drink because of FASD. And also, I just don't think it's cool in general to lack judgment and make you think a different way that it's not really your way. And it's just with medications, a lot of kids with FASD are on medications, and a lot of adults and teens to help manage the FASD because there is a lot of other factors like mental illnesses, depression, anxiety that go with FASD. And medication and alcohol don't mix. They are enemies. So just don't do it. Don't do it. Save yourself and don't do it. The next thing is don't worry about fitting in. We were born to stand out. That's why we have the red, because red stands out, right? So don't worry about fitting in. I personally, if someone does, I hate fitting in. I don't like fitting in to the point where it's if everyone's doing say I don't know how to explain it, but say everyone's wearing sparkles one day and you have to wear sparkles because that's the cool thing now. I will purposely wear matted clothes, no sparkles. I hate fitting in, so I want to stand out. I make sure I stand out in the crowd. If everyone's talking about this, I will talk about something completely different because I don't want to stand out. I want to stand out. I don't want to fit in. So just don't worry about fitting in. We have FASD. We were born to stand out. That's our gift. And it's not bad. It's a gift that we have FASD. Yes, it's a struggle every single day probably. But in life, it's eventually our gift. Maybe we just haven't found what we're supposed to use FASD for, So it's our gift. And 3, it's okay to struggle with mental illnesses. I struggle with mental illness. I struggle with depression, anxiety, OCD, dissociative disorder, PNES, psychogenic non-epileptic seizures. That's a different video. But it's okay to struggle with that. a lot of mental illnesses come from the prefrontal cortex, and it's literally right here. That's why I point to my head. And it's damaged, and that's nothing, and we can't do anything about it. It's nothing to be ashamed of. So we do struggle with depression and anxiety a lot, because that's the part of our brain that's damaged from the alcohol. And a lot of people, a lot of people are like, well, you have everything good, why do you struggle with depression? Like, and some caregivers might say that, like, everything's perfectly fine, you're good, like, you have everything you could possibly have, like, why do you struggle with depression? It's not because we want to, and it's not because we're being difficult. It's because that's the part of our brain that's damaged, and we can't help that. And it's just a struggle a lot of us are going to have to live with. And that doesn't mean you can't overcome it. It just means that's a struggle, and you have to know that's a struggle from the FASD. Yes, people have depression, anxiety. It's not always caused by FASD. Half the time it's not caused by FASD. But for the kids, adults, teens who have FASD, it's totally possible that that's what causes it. And I'm not saying that's the only thing that causes it. I'm saying it's totally possible. Like, I have a pretty good life, and I still struggle with depression. And I have to kind of say to myself sometimes, like, are you really depressed, or is this the FASD talking? And yes, I am depressed, but now that I know it's just the FASD, I've learned to overcome it. And I've learned that I need to be grateful for the things I have, because it's just the FASD talking. And the FASD just doesn't want you to be happy with it. And that's okay. So I've learned to overcome it. I get depressed maybe once a week, twice a week maybe at the most. And you just gotta learn, overcome it, find what you love, and do it. Last one, follow your dreams. Oh my gosh, my throat. Also, I did this. Be cool, drink water. Hashtag no FASD. Okay. Okay, that's a lot better. Follow your dreams. A lot of people with FASD tend to give up on their dreams, and some people don't. And it's amazing. When I see someone with FASD following their dreams, it's just really amazing. So no matter how hard it gets, no matter what struggles you face, follow your dreams. Bye, guys.